You're watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. In Defence of Christians, a leading US-based advocacy organisation for religious minorities in the Middle East and Africa, has congratulated the Assyrian Church of the East following the election of its new patriarch. The organisation said his beatitude Mar Awa Roel is the first diaspora-born patriarch of a Middle Eastern church, adding that he will be an example and inspiration to the Christian diaspora from the region. Mar Roel is an active member of the group's Religious Advisory Board. The Synod of the Assyrian Church, which met in the Iraqi city of Erbil, elected Mar Roel as the new patriarch on September the 8th. He succeeds Mar Gawarjis III Silwa, who resigned in February of last year citing health reasons. Born in 1975 in Chicago in the USA, Mar Roel was consecrated bishop on November the 30th in 2008, becoming the first American-born Assyrian Christian to be elevated to that position. Pilgrims and delegates attending the International Eucharistic Congress in Budapest heard an edifying witness, listening to the testimony of a former Protestant missionary's conversion to Catholicism through an encounter with the Blessed Sacrament. Barbara Heil, who hails from Iowa in the US, used to travel around the world as a Protestant missionary, setting up communities of believers. She then came in touch with Catholics who challenged her faith. The writings of St. Teresa of Avila inspired her to explore the Catholic faith. She came to be invited by a priest to attend a Catholic conference in Philadelphia. During the Eucharistic procession on the last day of that conference, she went through a profound transformation while gazing at the monstrance. Ms. Heil recounted how she broke down when she felt Christ himself standing in front of her. That very event led her to the Catholic Church. A Catholic diocese in the United States has decried the ruling of a federal judge which said that a church school showed discrimination by refusing to hire a substitute teacher who disclosed he was gay. The Diocese of Charlotte said it is respectfully disagreeing with the verdict and is considering the next course of action. The plaintiff, Lonnie Billard, was working as a substitute teacher at Charlotte Catholic High School from 2012. In October of 2014, he posted on social media his intention to enter into a same-sex marriage. In December, school authorities told him he would no longer be hired. The First Amendment, federal law, and recent Supreme Court decisions recognise the rights of religious outfits to make appointments based on religious observance and preference. The federal court ruling applies a new Supreme Court decision that defines sex discrimination to include sexual orientation as well. The Joe Biden administration in the US has filed a lawsuit against the fetal heartbeat law that was enforced by the state of Texas. On September the 1st, the fetal heartbeat law came into effect in the state. It empowers citizens to sue abortion providers or anyone who helps a woman undergo an abortion after detecting a heartbeat in the fetus. The new law in Texas is seen as a major victory for social conservatives who have been trying to ban abortion since the landmark 1973 Roe v. Wade ruling that legalized the procedure. The Holy Father Pope Francis has appointed Bishop Fernando Vergez Alzaga from Spain as the head of the governorate of the Vatican City. Bishop Alzaga, who belongs to the Legionaries of Christ, succeeds Cardinal Giuseppe Bertello. According to the Holy See Press Office, he will assume charge on October the 1st. The prelate has also been bestowed with the rank of archbishop. He was ordained in 1969, and he has been serving as the Secretary General of the Governorate of Vatican City since 2013. China's crackdown on Christian institution continues. In the latest incident, authorities raided a Christian music school in Harbin and arrested staff and students. The Maizi Music High School was raided by police and officials of the Religious Affairs Bureau. The detained students were released after 24 hours. As per the reports of China Aid, a Texas-based NGO which assists persecuted people and rights activists in China, the incident took place last Saturday. Earlier that day, police had arrested the principal of the school. There are fears that he will be charged with proselytizing minors. Maizi Christian Music High School trains Christian musicians to serve in church worship teams. During the raid, the authorities confiscated school possessions including pianos, computers, and documents. There is yet another reason for pro-lifers to rejoice, as the Federal Appeals Court in the United States has ruled that the state of Indiana can continue enforcing its ban on telemedicine consultations between a doctor and a woman seeking abortion, as well as several other curbs on the termination of pregnancy. The curbs are in effect after the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals ruled in Indiana's favour on Wednesday. It said the District Court Judge Sarah Evans Barker's ruling last month was not consistent with earlier Supreme Court decisions. As per the Indiana Health Department, drug-induced abortions made up 55% of those performed in the state last year. Archbishop Joseph Naumann of Kansas City, who heads the U.S. Episcopal Conference's Committee on Pro-Life Activities, has expressed gratitude to Texas authorities for the support extended to pregnant women and their families. Recently, the state legislature had increased support for low-income mothers by 25% as part of the Alternatives to Abortion program. This comes as well as expanding Medicaid coverage for new mothers. The prelate also decried the response of President Joe Biden and Speaker of the House of Representatives Nancy Pelosi to the new pro-life law that was enacted in Texas. The Archbishop said they were trying to enshrine into federal law Roe v. Wade that pits the welfare of mothers against their children. He also reiterated Pope Francis's statement that killing a child is never a solution to a problem. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.